Hello students, welcome back to the video series of Python programming. I am your instructor Shweta Yagnik, and today we are going to see implementation of hash tables in Python. So the topics that we are going to cover today are, first of all, why we require hash table, then we'll see different hash functions, and then we are going to see what is collision and how to resolve collision. So without wasting much time, let's begin and understand why hash tables are required. Suppose we want to store a list of subjects and its corresponding marks, and we choose to have a list in order to store our these data. So we have a list subject underscore marks. Okay, within that I am maintaining a list. Okay, so that is a nested list where I'll be storing the name of the subject, suppose Python, and its corresponding marks, suppose it's 90. Okay, this is the one element of the list. Similarly, I'm having second element where I'll be storing marks for Java, and marks are 94. Then again we are having the third element of list where I am storing the marks for C++ subject, that is 98. Okay, this is the list of, these are the list of items. Okay, maintain. Now if I want to search what is the marks for C++, so in that case I am supposed to iterate over the list. So for element in subject underscore marks, so here I am iterating over the list items one by one. Within that I am supposed to search if element of 0, that means the first sub item of the specific nested list, equal to C++. This means the subject in which I am interested in to see the marks. If this satisfies this condition, then print the element indexed at location number 1. Okay, so this will reflect the marks. I am going to execute it and let us see the results. So it is 98. So okay, here our list is very small, so we just need to iterate 3 times and we get our result. But suppose if we are having very long list, right? Suppose we are having 1000 elements are stored and your element which you are interested in is located at 800. So minimum 800 times you need to iterate over, and only then you will be able to get your results. So this will take a longer amount of time if your list is very large. Python, we do have a dictionary which do the searching type in constant amount of time, that is order of 1, while in this case we'll be requiring linear amount of time, that is order of n. So let us implement the same problem with the help of dictionary. So I am going to take sub underscore marks as a dictionary, and within that I am storing all my elements. So I am just copy pasting those elements, and now if I want to print the marks of my subject C++, then I am supposed to give the key, okay, in which I am interested in. So here I am interested in C++. Okay, here I forgot to mention the code so that it will be identified as a valid string, and similarly I am giving it over here. I'm supposed to give over here equal to. Okay, so it has retrieved the corresponding marks. Okay, so here in order of 1, that is constant time, I am able to extract my interested element. So this is quite efficient in terms of time complexity to use this dictionary data structure. So in order to implement hash table, or if I say reversely, the dictionary implements hash table at backend. So that is the data structure being used in order to implement the dictionary. Now as we know, the hash table is underlying data structure of dictionary. So we need to see what is hash table and how to implement the hashing function. So here in the figure you can see we want to insert 1 in a hash table of size 10. Okay, so the indexing are given from 0 to 9. These are all the index, and this is also called a bucket or a slot of a hash table. So in order to insert 1 into the hash table, we need to have hash function, some mapping mechanism in order to put 1 at specific slot. So we'll be using over here modulo operator, and modulo and the number depends on what is the size of your table. So we'll be taking modulo 10 as a hash function. So that is the reason why 1 is mapped to 1, because 1 modulo 10 results into 1. Now next, if I want to insert further data like 2, 3, 4 and 5, according to the same hash function that we are using, that is modulo 10, will be mapped 2 at the location of 2 slot, 3 at the 3rd position as indicated over here, 4th and 5. So in order to map in the specific element at specific slot, we'll be requiring hash function. So now we'll be seeing how to implement hash function using Python. So let us implement the first step of hash table is the hash function. So definition of the hash function will be requiring the element and the size of the table. Okay, so here we'll be having a size 10, so we'll be returning the element which is given modulo I, and here I is a size of the table that will be passing. So elements is the list of items that we have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the elements, and for E in element, that I am iterating over all the elements one by one, and for each element I need to have the key value which is returned by the hash function. So I am calling hash function and passing the element E into it whose key I want to find, and I am keeping the table size 10 so that I'll be returned with the key value. And for our reference, I'll be printing the element, that is E, in each iteration and the corresponding key. So this gives us idea what this hash function will map our particular element at the specific position. So let us execute it. So element 1 is mapped at 1, 2 will be mapped at 2, 3, 5 and onwards. If we just add element 0, that will be added at 0th location, and for our reference I'm adding 15. So as we know, 15 modulo 10 will be 5, that's why it will be added at slot 5. So let us execute it. So element 15 will be mapped at 5 and 0 key will be bucket. The bucket is returned as 5. Key and buckets are same. Hash table, hash maps, all are same. So this is the very fundamental requirement of defining hash table, that is definition of hash function. As our hash function is ready, we are good to go to insert our elements into the hash table using a dictionary. We are going to do that. So here I am giving name hash table, that is my empty dictionary for now, and as soon as I have got the key value, I'm right now commenting this stuff because I don't require it anymore, and hash table of key at this particular position I want to insert the element E. Okay, and at the end I will be printing what my hash table will be looking like. Hash table. Okay, so let us execute it. So it has mapped, it has given all the values accordingly. Till now everything is going perfectly good, but what if the two elements are mapped to the same slot? Okay, and it is quite possible because here we are having table size of 10 only, and if we are having more numbers to be stored, then the hash function that we are using, that is here modulo 10, will definitely map some of the elements to the same slot. And in that case what happens, let us understand. So here we deliberately keep 25 or maybe 21, 14, all these elements. Now before actually executing, take a pause and understand what will happen and what will be the return value of hash function. So 25 modulo 10 will return you 5, and 5 is already occupied with element 15. As you can see over here, at the location 5 you are having 15, right? So at 25 again modulo 10 will return 5, 21 will return you 1, but at the location 1 you are storing element 1, and at 14 will be also mapped at the location 4, which is already occupied by the element 4. Okay, so let us understand what will happen if we do not change our code, and if we keep continuing the way we are doing. Okay, it results into this. Okay, the latest element, the last element that you are keeping will be there at the key position. Okay, so the key value pair, if you observe, there will be no entry for 15, it is overwritten by 25. Similarly, at location 4 you are having 14, there is no more entry of 4. So that means by using this hashing, and in order to get the efficient algorithm, we are losing data, and that we cannot afford at any cost. So we need to resolve this issue, but the name of the issue is collision. If two elements are mapped at the same slot, at the same bucket, then it is called a collision, and we need to find out some way in order to resolve this collision. So let's first of all understand how to do that. Here we have a scenario of hash clash. We have already populated our table with these elements, and now we are having 11 to be inserted. Using same hash function, it will map to the position 1, that is bucket 1. So this is a collision or hash clash. Now in order to resolve this hash clash, we are using the technique called chaining or separate chaining, where we'll be maintaining a list of items which are following into the same bucket. Okay, so we are having already 1 stored there, and we again storing 11 at the same bucket, but we are maintaining a list, or you can say a linked list sort of thing. So here, instead of directly storing the element, we are maintaining a list of elements. So next, if we are having 21 and 24, 2 more items to be stored which are already occupied. Okay, so here we'll be using separate chaining. For 24 also we are using the same thing. Now in case where we want to retrieve our stored element, what will happen? So first of all, if I want to retrieve 11, in this case I'll be using hash function in order to get the key value first of the 11, that is 1, and with 1 I am going to search in the linear list, okay, one by one, and as soon as the key the element is matched, I am going to return true. So that is how I'll perform my search operation. But now think about it, we have started the hashing technique with the thing, keep in our mind that hashing will require only order of 1 time complexity, that is in constant time we are able to retrieve the element. But what happens over here when we want to search, suppose 21, okay, in order to search 21, the key of 21 is 1, so we keep on searching element one by one, that is first of all 1 is matched with 21, no match, so again we go further and search, compare 11 with 21, again there is a no match, we need to go further and check whether 21 is equal to this element. Yes, we have ultimately found. Suppose you are having a very bad function that results into number of collisions, okay, and your maximum elements are falling under the same bucket or same slot. So in that case, your list size will increase like anything, and you are left with linear search again. So the hashing function plays a major role, even the table size plays a major role in the efficiency of the hashing. So if your list is very large, it is going to take the time complexity of order of n, which is similar to the linear search which we used to do earlier. So now we are going to see how to implement hash function and chaining, and how to search our element. In order to implement separate chaining indirectly, instead of directly putting this element at this location, we'll be maintaining a list at separate location, okay. So if the key is not in hash table, if that key is not present, then create an empty list, okay, and at that particular key, if it is present, if the already key is present, say in case of 1, already one number is present as you can see over here, and in order to insert 21, we'll be appending the new element, okay. So let us execute the code and see. So the indentation problem was there. Yes, I have solved it. So here at 1, we are having 1 and 21, both elements are stored as a list. Similarly, at 4, we are having 4 and 24 elements are stored as a list. Okay. Again, suppose we are having one more element, that is 34 maybe. So in this case, we are having 3 elements. So this using this chaining operation, we used to keep on adding the elements which are falling into the same slot. So now we'll see how to implement search operation. So in this case, wherever I want to search element number 4, okay, I'll be passing the hash table, that is my dictionary in which I'm supposed to search, and the element 4 that will be passed as over here, and we'll be finding the length of the hash table, that means the length of my dictionary. Then first of all, I need to find what is the key of the element which is to be done, that is in which slot I am supposed to make a linear search. In that case, I've got the key from the hash function. If the key in hash table, that means if the key is present in my dictionary, I'll go further and check my nested list. So I'll just make sure that whether my element which I'm supposed to search, which I've got from here in the parameter, if that is present in that particular location, if it is there, I'll be returning true. So for our reference, I'm just printing over here what are the elements of the sublist which I have found for that particular location from here. Okay, so that will be clear in your mind that what actually we are looking in. So here hash table and key, so the whole list containing this same key value will be printed. So here you can see we want to search for 4, that's why all the elements which are having the same key 4 will be printed, and from that element if I have found, then I'll be returning true. So for 21 also it is showing the result is true, but if I make any changes to the, and if I try to search some element which is not present, okay, in this case I'm making it 30, which is not the element which is present in my hash table, then it will give me result false. So I hope you have understood the working of hash table with the help of dictionary we have implemented and separate chaining. So see you soon in next class. Till then, happy learning.